It's week 18. It's the final week of the football season. San Francisco 49ers are home. They take on the Rams. We're going to get to the keys to victory because the Niners still need to come out and win this game. Stick around. What's going on, faithful? Welcome to Keys to Victory. This is the last week that we're going to do the Keys to Victory for the regular season. We have the playoffs coming along. Now, guys, you can read this article in its entire piece, breakdown, key by key by key by key. I usually give you 5 keys a week. You can go to www.49erswebzone.com. All right, and check out the article and its fullness thereof. All right, we're sponsored by Residency, so make sure you guys go to residency.com, use the promo code SFBreezie. You can save on your total purchase. All right, and if you guys are watching this, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and feel free to join the Breezy Bunch crew. You guys know what time it is. Let's go ahead and waste no time, and let's get right down to the keys to victory. All right, number 1, stick to the script. Listen, Kyle Shanahan's going to come out with a game plan, and you already know that that game plan is scripted. So within the game plan, you got a bunch of starters probably going to play a series or two. Then they're going to be pulled out. Sam Darnold is the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. So as long as Sam Darnold and Kyle Shanahan stick to the script, the 49ers can find themselves victorious in this game. The script should be heavy run, light pass. Now, if the run game is working like it should be, this might be the first time I've ever asked for an unbalanced game plan or game attack. I would like to see the 49ers successfully run the ball. The Rams aren't playing a bunch of their starters in this game as well. You should be able to run the ball right up the middle. Aaron Donald's not going to play. Ernest Johnson isn't going to play, their leading linebacker. So they're going to be without some key pieces on defense. I think the 49ers need to come on and attack that defense by running the ball, whether it's Elijah Mitchell, whether it's Jordan Mason. I feel like those will be the 2 running backs since Christian McCaffrey's already been ruled out. But they got to stick to the script. Like, that's got to be the game plan because, like, if the 49ers find themselves somehow behind and trailing in this game, Niners tend to get off of that script. So if they want to be victorious, this is the first key to victory. Find a way to stick to the script. Find a way to stick to the game plan. If you go off script, make sure you get back on script so that you can get back into rhythm. You can get back to running the ball. And definitely, I would like to see Sam Darnold throw the daggone ball. I think he would flourish in some play-action pass sets looks for the San Francisco 49ers. So if they stick to the script, they'll be on to a victory. Number 2, they have to execute the script, though, right? So if you're going to have a game plan and your starters aren't going to be out there, that means there's going to be some reserves out there, and they have to find a way to execute. Execution is going to be key, whether it's offensively, whether it's defensively. But the players, it's going to come down to them executing, and I expect execution from players, especially those that haven't been or haven't had the opportunity to play a lot of football. They're going to get a lot of snaps, and in these reps, they're going to get opportunities to make plays and make a name for themselves. The 49ers have to execute, and I'm expecting them to be some drops and things like that, or misreads or misthrows, maybe some interceptions. But they got to find a way to limit and minimize those as much as they can and find ways to execute. Be the executioners out there. Don't be the ones receiving the execution. If the 49ers can find a way to do that, they'll be on to another victory as well. So they got to stick to the script, and they got to execute the script, right? That's what it comes down to. We were talking about turnovers, which is going to be my key to victory. Number 3, turnovers. The 49ers got to figure out how to, minimize them. Hopefully you don't have any. 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles from the offense. And they got to find a way to get some turnovers on defense. Steve Wilks has been a turnover defensive machine. Whoever he puts out there finds ways to get turnovers, right? I know Jair Brown's not going to play in this game. He's been ruled out. But the moment he came in, he was able to get a turnover. So let's see if the safeties, the defensive backs, the linebacking crew, the front If they can force some turnovers, cool. Because here's the thing. And I know it's cliche, but you win the turnover battle, you win the game. You're going to hear it every single game, every single year. It's always going to be a key to victory. The Niners are really great in forcing interceptions. They lead the league in interceptions. So I'm still going to expect them to get turnovers. I don't care who's out there on the football field. I think the scheme and the way that Steve Wilks coaches his defense, I think he sets them up in proper ways to do so. And if the 49ers can force some turnovers and generate turnovers and not give the ball away, bang, they're going to be right into another victory. So that's number 3, turnovers. Number 4, pressure. They got to get pressure on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the starting quarterback. Los Angeles Rams this week. There's no Matthew Stafford. He's been ruled out. Now, here's the thing. Carson Wentz, the pressure needs to be right in front of him. He's one of those quarterbacks where you want to pressure him right in his face and not allow him to step up in a gap and take off and run. If the coverage and the discipline is in there on the defense, you could find a way to make Carson Wentz one-dimensional. He's not going to pretty much scramble a lot outside, but he does like to take off in those gaps and run up the middle if coverage is covering down the field. But if the pressure is there from the interior, it's going to be a good game for Sebastian Joseph Day. Could be a good game for Kevin Givens, Javon Kinlaw, those guys, the interior guys. Now, the edges, they have to do their job. They still have to contain. Like, don't give up the edge. Don't allow him to force himself outside the pocket and then extend the play on the outside. You don't want to do that either. Carson Wentz will take off and run. He's not a mobile quarterback, but he has the mobility to take off and run if you're not disciplined out there on the edge. So set the edge and generate the pressure, in my opinion, from the interior. You don't have to blitz much for Carson Wentz, but you want to make sure that his timing is off. So if you got to dial up a blitz here or there, I'm expecting linebacker blitzing, some safety blitzes, but I'm expecting it to be timely because you do want to see what these guys can go out there and get, whether it's Darrell Luter Jr., whoever it is going to be out there that's typically normally not out there. Didn't see a lot of blitzing all season, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a heavy blitz game and you force Carson Wentz to make some mistakes. You force him to be one-dimensional by taking away the run game. The Niners, I feel like no matter who's out there, that's their goal, right? Force the team to be one-dimensional, take away the run game. If the Niners can do that, get pressure on Carson Wentz, he's going to make mistakes. The more mistakes he makes, the more turnovers you create. Look, apply pressure burst pipes. You already know what time it is. That's number 4, key to victory. Number 5, limit the explosives. There's going to be some explosive plays, whether they're going to be on the ground and run game, whether they're going to be in the pass game, whether it's screen game, whether it's down the field. Now, I don't expect the Niners defense to give up the explosives down the field. They do find ways to limit those. You might see 1 or 2 per game. Carson Wentz is going to look to throw his ball, okay? I don't think he's the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he ever has been. But he does have a nice arm, and he is going to look to get that ball down the field. I'm expecting the 49ers defense to come out there and know that as well. Doesn't matter who's out there. I think the 49ers are going to figure out a way to not get beat deep. They're going to have speed out there with Tutu Atwell and other players. Don't forget the underneath routes, because if you're taking away the deep pass, then Carson Wentz is going to look to get the ball out of his hand quickly, especially if the 49ers are doing key number 4 and applying pressure. Now you're forcing him to be accurate. And listen, there's no greater way to be accurate as a quarterback than allowing him to catch a screen, to throw a screen pass, and their screen receiver, whether it's a running back, which the Niners tend to struggle against, whether it's a wide receiver, it doesn't matter who it is. You got to be able to bust up that screen and make the tackle for the loss. Got to wrap and tackle, got to stick to the fundamentals, but most importantly, got to find a way to limit the explosives. The Niners defense can limit explosives. I feel like they can force the Rams to go 3 and out, and this can really come down to field position this whole game, and the score will be something rather low. Interesting. So to recap the keys to victory, number 1, stick to the script. Number 2, they have to execute. Number 3, generate turnovers and don't give the ball away. Number 4, apply the pressure. And number 5, limit the explosives. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Keys to Victory. I'm your host, WayneBreezie. I truly appreciate you guys each and every time. It's going to be real. The playoffs are brewing. The San Francisco 49ers have the first round bye, so that means they're going to have a week off. There won't be Keys to Victory next week, but we will have our divisional round Keys to Victory coming soon. You guys stay faithful, man. Thanks for watching. Yeah.